I'm Lillian McCullough, and welcome to Teen Talk. I have with me Lindsay Garber, and you may remember Lindsay from my first podcast, so it only felt right to have her as my last podcast guest too. To address what we're wearing, it was the senior prank day today, so we're wearing our pajamas. But we thought that we would end the podcast with like a cozy little kind of vibe that we have going on here. So Lindsay, since the last time you've been on the podcast, what's going on?
So I think the first time I was on here, I talked about all my health struggles and how that affected my mental health. And actually, shortly after I filmed that first episode with you, I went through another health crisis. Basically, I was in and out of the hospital constantly sophomore year, and I got diagnosed with postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, or POTS, about 6 months later, I think. So that was pretty rough to deal with, and then it kind of went into my junior year as well. I struggled a lot. Junior year just is kind of chaotic on its own, so to have POTS on top of that was a lot.
So what was going through your head while all this was going on?
Honestly, it's gonna sound weird, but nothing. I was on so much medicine, I was kind of just on autopilot. I was like in school like one day, the next I would be home because I couldn't walk or I was too dizzy to even stand up. I couldn't eat very well. I was so nauseous all the time, and I had so many like online appointments, in-person appointments. I was just kind of on autopilot, and I was just trying to get through it.
Do you remember a lot from that time, or was it all kind of a blur?
So it's hard to explain. I think I learned about in AP Psych last year, like you repress traumatic memories. I honestly wonder if that's what happened, because I cannot tell you much about like certain events that happen. It's pretty crazy.
I've done that before. That makes sense. What would you say was the hardest thing for you to overcome, like mentally, during that time?
Mentally, just the diagnosis itself was honestly relieving to get an answer. The hardest part was waiting, I think, because there was so much time it took, and like I think it went from January of 2024, I want to say, to January of 2025 was it was a full year of the diagnosis. So the hardest part mentally was just telling myself that I was going to be okay and I was going to get answers, because there was a point in time where I didn't believe that was true.
So during that time when you didn't think that there was going to be like an end to it all, what helped you in that time?
My family, honestly, because I was home so much. I was not doing gymnastics anymore. I couldn't do band. I was hardly at school, so got a lot of pep talks from my family, and my friends always came and visited me, so I think they got me through it, and my doctors were also pretty awesome.
And without your family or the support system that you had, what do you think would have happened?
I don't think I would have gotten through it, honestly. There were times, it seems really dark and like scary, but I thought I was gonna die. Like there were nights where I would lay in my bed and wonder if I was gonna wake up the next day. I was in so much pain. Like I don't know. On like looking back, it's crazy that I am here and that I'm living a somewhat normal life. Yes, I use medicine to help with it, and I still struggle every single day with POTS, but it's compared to where I was 2 years ago, like it's pretty crazy.
With having that family and having your support system, is there anything else that helped you? Like, I know gymnastics was a big thing for you, but you didn't have that anymore because of what was going on, so what helped you through that?
At the time, I was still expecting to go back to gymnastics at one point. Obviously that did not happen. I had to medically retire, I guess, but that was like gymnastics was the biggest part of my life, and I think that was something that I could always look forward to, like oh, when I'm better, if I get better, I can go back to gymnastics, I'll be with all my teammates again, my coaches. I really think that was a drive to get better.
And was it hard to retire from gymnastics?
It was very hard, and honestly I think about it a lot. I never actually like retired. I don't remember like a last day really, because it was so sudden. I got like a concussion kind of at practice one day, and that's what the POTS stemmed from, was I kept training with a concussion. I think that was my last ever like practice. I never said the words "I quit." I had like a lot of teammates over the years, like, "Oh, I'm quitting next week," or "I'm quitting like after this season," and they would go in the office and they would tell the coach, "Okay, I'm quitting." I never actually said those words. I never had that conversation with a coach, so it was hard to say goodbye because I never really got like a last, like there was never closure. So to decide that I wasn't going back was weird, but honestly, like I hadn't been there in so many months that I kind of just went on with life, if that makes sense. Like it was sad, it was very sad, and I cried myself to sleep so many so many nights. Just like I would stare up at the medals on my wall, and it makes you sad. But yeah.
What would you say to someone else going through the same thing that you went through with having to not quit but just be done with something?
That it gets better, and like when one door closes, another one opens. I know that sounds cheesy, but like I had so many, like I had like a therapist that told me that like when a door closes, another one opens, and it is true. I had so many new opportunities, like cheerleading. I did the cheerleading team this year, so more things come out of it.
And has this journey with your medical history helped you decide what you want to do in the future?
So if I want to be a teacher, I want to be someone's Miss Honey, like from Matilda. I want to be there for a kid, especially I want them to know that it's okay to come up to me if they're struggling, and I want them to feel safe and know that I'm there for them and can help them through a diagnosis. I had a lot of teachers sophomore year and junior year, even this year, that have been very open to me. Like, you can come to me if you need help, if you need extra time, if you like, I want to do that for kids.
And would you say that you have a Miss Honey at school that you want to be like?
Yeah, Mrs. Trick.
Yeah. So, speaking of your future career goals, what exactly do you want to do? Do you know? Or where are you going to school?
Okay, so I'm going to Shippensburg University in the fall. I'm majoring in early childhood and special education. And after that, I'm planning on getting a job as just an elementary school teacher. From there, I'm hoping to branch into speech language pathology, maybe get my master's in that.
And what made you decide that?
So I worked at Geisinger this year for the Med Careers Co-op we do here at school. And I worked in the geriatrics floor, which is elderly patients, and a lot of patients we saw up there had strokes, and they needed to see the speech language therapist. And I thought that what she did was so cool, and I shadowed her a lot while she was up there. So,
what did you think was cool about it?
Honestly, just the process. There's one specific memory I'd love thinking of. It was like one of my first weeks there, actually, and there was a younger mom. She was like in her 40s, and her kid was in the room with her and was trying to get her to say the word banana, I think, because she wanted to eat a banana. And they, like, the kid was, I think, our age, honestly, like a young teenager, and was trying to get her to say the word banana. And after like 10, 15 minutes of working on it, like, she got her to say banana. Like, her brain recognized, like, the way to say it.
And what is the most exciting part about looking into your future?
I think accomplishing my goals that seemed so impossible. Like sophomore year, I knew that if I got through it, I wanted to do something with what I was experiencing. I wanted to be able to take what I had experienced and use it to help others. But there, like I said, were times where I didn't know if that was going to be possible, if I would get through it. So now that I have gotten through it and I'm getting the opportunity to accomplish all my goals, is really rewarding.
And what would you say you are most proud of yourself for?
Not giving up. I know that sounds kind of cringe, but like honestly, what I went through was insane. Like it really was. And talking about it sometimes, I think I'm so like, I just normalize it. I'm like, oh yeah, I would pass out every single day. Or like, oh yeah, like my mom had to call 911 one time because she thought I was having a seizure on the floor after dinner. Like it just, things like that are not daily life for some people, and I forget that was something crazy that happened to me.
I think it's good though that we're talking more about stuff now and normalizing it.
Yeah.
Because since I started this, just going up and talking to people like, how you doing today? Like, you doing all right?
Yeah, you learn a lot about people. Like honestly, since I started talking about it and opening up about it more, now that I'm like on a more positive side of my diagnosis, like I found out a lot of people do have POTS, and people have epilepsy and like similar chronic illnesses. Like it's a really common thing, and you don't think about it. Like they're invisible for the most part, and you really like, you don't hear about it unless people are talking to you about it. So
yeah, we need to keep talking more about it. I know it's been getting better, obviously, and I've noticed it getting better in school, but to keep talking about it and bring awareness, which is why I wanted to go into pediatrics and psych to work with like kids like us to get them to talk about it and be like, hey, I went through it, I'm fine.
Normalize it, yeah.
Yeah, like it's all not like it's fine, everything's fine. Like
Right.
it will all be okay eventually. You will be okay. Will it all be okay? Probably not, but you will be okay.
Yeah.
And what is something that you're looking forward to with the rest of our senior year?
This for senior year.
You have 2 days left.
2 days left of school. Honestly, I think I'm looking forward to class day.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's such a full circle moment. I remember freshman year sitting in the auditorium and watching all the girls in their white dresses come through and the baby pictures and the skit, and I think it's like when I look around at our classmates, it doesn't seem like we're seniors. Like it looks like we're just little elementary schoolers still. And I think it's weird, and I don't think it's gonna click until that day that oh my gosh, we're seniors and we're leaving. Like this is it. So I'm looking forward to that. Honestly, the realization, like graduation's there.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm most excited to throw our caps because that's like what we get the most excitement about.
Moving
Yeah,
tassels over.
that's gonna be really exciting.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna kind of be sad after.
Yeah.
But I think it's all gonna work out because it's not like we're all completely leaving each other.
Not that I don't want to show emotion the day of graduation, but I'm hoping that I can have a nice conversation with like my mom, my dad, friends, like the few days before it, like really just reminisce and like maybe get all the tears out before graduation so that like yeah, it's gonna be sad, but I also want to enjoy it. Like,
Right.
That like it's literally once in a lifetime. You graduate from high school one time.
Right.
It's
I hope it doesn't rain too, because make it enjoyable. Good weather.
Our prom, by the way, pouring rain whole day.
Yeah.
So
Prom,
we've got a
senior sunrise, rain.
rain, fog. Yeah.
We
We're
deserve
not on a good
good
streak.
weather.
We're not on a good streak with our senior events.
Yeah.
But
it'll all be over soon. I think we're almost done with our finals, getting done.
yeah.
And what would you say to your freshman self if from where you are right now, and you could talk to your freshman self? What would you say?
Ooh. Talk to my freshman self. Stick with your friends. There was some rough patches with my friends that I had freshman, sophomore year. Things happen like that in high school. I would tell her to stick with her friends because senior year, she'll see that they're all that really matter to her. So.
Right. And I think I would tell my freshman self that it'll get worse before it gets better.
Ooh, yes. True.
Because I think during those moments you need to be able to see that there is going to be good that comes out of it.
Yeah. And when you're stuck in the middle, sophomore and junior year, it's like you're not at the beginning, but you're not at the end either.
Yeah.
Kind of seems endless.
Yeah.
So.
But there's all good at the end. So I like to end every episode with a quote from my guests. So what is your quote?
So my quote, I'm gonna use my senior quote.
Okay.
This is from one of my favorite gymnastics movies growing up. It was Full Out, and Ariana Berlin always said, "Sometimes you have to fall before you can fly," and I think that just resonates with me.
And what does that mean to you?
That like even after a fall, it can be literally like when I fell and got hurt, or it can be a fall in your mental health, a decline in how you're feeling. There's always, you have to go through rough patches like that to fly. It's like the quote, I don't know the exact words, but it's to experience the flowers, you have to have rain. It's the same kind of like meaning there. I think that that's a really strong message in such a short quote.
Well, thank you for being my first and my last podcast.
Of course.
And we will not see you on the next one because this is it, going off to college.
Yay.
But thank you guys for being a part of this journey with us throughout the past 3 years. And I guess that's all I have to say.
Yay!
Hey, bye.